Come lay down on your back. And you can put your head down where the towel is. So you said that the hips hurt. Like, are you having any pains like down your legs or anything, or is it just?
I do sometimes. If I move like this direction, it will kind of go down this way.
All right. And then anything else like low back?
A little bit, but not like a shooting pain. It's more of a dull pain in my lower
Just
back.
dull ache.
His aches up in her shoulder.
Kind of in your tuchus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
Tuchus is neutral.
whole sacrum it hurts.
Yeah. Tuchus. You have to work with language sometimes. How's this in here?
It's good.
Not too much?
No.
Okay.
Jiggly.
A lot of jostling, a lot of rocking and jostling in my work. Right there. Man, it's so much work on my hands. I don't know if I can keep this up. My hands are just going to fall off. But how do you do this on a table?
You really can't.
Yeah, you could put a chair beside the table if the table was at the right height. Here's the problem. If you work at Massage Envy, you might have just gotten fired. You don't have a foot on the ground. Do you see how it's like I run into like weird cultural boxes and constraints that I don't think are even necessary? How's that in there?
It's fine.
Feels okay? Not making you seasick yet?
No.
How's this? A little bit further back?
Feels better on my leg.
What do you mean, over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you need more pressure?
A little.
A little bit? Do you want more pressure posterior or do you want more pressure high, like up towards your shoulder?
Posterior.
Posterior? Okay. So I'm going to reach back a little bit further. There we go. How's that?
That's better.
So I'm essentially pressing like on the border of her sacrum. Now, if I was working on a female client on a table and I come in and go, oh, you're having problems with your gluteals? How do you feel about that?
It's a little awkward.
It's a little awkward. A lot of what I do is a little awkward. How do you feel about this?
I don't know.
What's the difference?
You didn't say anything.
Or its location.
She's clothed, and I'm using my feet. It gives me more options, not less. Yeah. I'll have students in my subscription service, and I don't have to deal with this as a male therapist very often. They'll go, what do you do if the guy gets an erection? And I go, stand on him. I mean, not on his, erection, but stand on him.
Okay.
It's a different context. Yeah, it's a different context. It doesn't involve nudity. Is that pressure too much?
No.
Back there more?
I can feel that.
Right there? Is that too much? Okay. With my toe right there. Not too much? Okay. But that's where it is, a little bit lower? Okay. So I'm going to use another tool because I think you need a little more here. If I bring you over, how's that? Is that comfortable? Like knee to opposite shoulder?
I like that better.
That better? Okay. So we'll give you a little bit of this first. How's that?
What was that? Shoot the.
Good.
Good.
What do you call it, Robert? Shoot.
Shot put.
Shot put.
Yeah, because of this. All right. Feels pretty good? Okay. Now I'm going to put my knee over here. Now how's that there? Oh, your hip feels better.
Yeah, that felt good.
How's this?
I don't feel the pressure as much as when it was your foot.
It's not as sharp.
Yeah.
Do you want my pressure or want the pressure more towards your tailbone? Like closer in?
No, a little more laterally.
A little more lateral. Right there?
That's much
Is that it?
Yeah.
Right there? Man, there's so much work. I don't know. I just can't really figure it. Can I have my coffee? Yeah. How's that?
Good.
Okay.
Just don't spill your coffee on me.
No, I will spill.
Is it Starbucks or is it McDonald's?
I made cold brew at home. Total hipster. Yeah. Total hipster. So, more when I bring you up this way or more down?
Both. That
She
rock.
likes
Both?
Do the rocking.
Okay. What about when I bring you up? Do you want more pressure? Is the pressure right there?
A little more.
A little more there?
There.
Right there? Okay, now, you want more pressure? How's that?
That's good.
Deeper? How's the little rock there?
I like them.
Now, if you took a photo of me right now and you put this online, does this look like massage?
Not
It
traditional.
does to me.
But we have a different mindset.
Summer, it would be stretching.
It is a good stretch.
I mean, she's close.
Something weird.
Right there. Is the pressure too much? You want more?
She likes pain.
That's all right.
Is the other side the same way?
Not as bad.
Not
but
as bad? Okay. How was just that little bit?
great.
Good. And I didn't use my hands once. Not really. Not until I got the leg just to jostle there. Oh, this is tight. That's what I thought. Oh. Go to the other side. Dun, 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 dun. Tender?
Yeah,
Right? Too much?
a little bit.
A little bit? Is that better? No? Yes?
Yes.
She's nonverbal? You have to check in?
This side is just more painful for some
Yeah,
reason.
but it's different with everybody. Essentially, the greater trochanter of our femurs, right over here, I'm either like posterior, or like above. So I'm not pressing on the trochanter itself. If I decide to work more back towards the gluteals, I just walk my foot back slowly.
Which foot, the left one or the right one?
This one, along the sacrum. It's essentially working the gluteal muscles. It's just using my feet. If I would take Slim over there, just walk back around towards the sacrum, like I'm just pressing down through there. Sometimes I can even toss her, hey, toss her, hey. How's that?
Like a pancake.
Right there? Is that too much?
No, that actually feels that. I feel that.
That's a good spot? Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit right there. How's that? Good, because I trigger into stretching. I get to lengthen my own hamstrings while I work on her. Exactly. How's that?
What's better?
Better? Okay. And then I'm going to give her the knee on this side as well. Just going to stop for a second. I'll straighten her out a bit. Bring her knee to her opposite shoulder, just a little bit of length. That's more like piriformis. A lot of people have tightness there when they're having that pain down their legs. How's that?
Good.
Good. Now, at Time Massage Jam, there's just 10 other people working on each other and hanging out. We're all around. And if I bring you over, lifts her up, we can figure out where to put my knee. What do you think? More medial? More towards your sacrum? A little higher?
A little more inferior.
A little more
Inferior.
inferior? You know all the language. How about there? Good spot or
A
higher?
little more medial.
A little bit more medial? Right there?
Yeah,
You tell me.
that's better.
That was me. I get to move my own body around. Is that a good spot? What about the jostle?
You are massaging.
Well, I'm just pulling her onto my knee. It's just that the culture's conception of massage is what we're fighting against. When you go do CrossFit, do you work out? Do people who do CrossFit want to work out?
No, they want to do CrossFit.
Why do they want to do CrossFit?
It's not working.
Because it's branded. CrossFit has a certain brand. You're doing something. Community. How's that?
Put it in the way.
Good right there? You want
I
more?
was looking for your. Yes.
There? There we go. Now if I grab along your thigh here and pull traction, is that good? There we go. There. Are you dead yet?
No.
No?
No, I'm good.
Good? Well, good. We're going to turn you over in just a minute so we can give you more pressure that way. Straight down. Go ahead and turn over on your back for me. I mean, on your front. Hey, I get confused. So listen, people come into me and they say, I have back pain. I'm like, lay on your back. And they're like, hippie, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, no, the work I do is backwards. Trust me, you understand. Pull these up just a little bit. There we go. How's that right there? A little more direct? Okay. You tell me, is it more tender there or more tender low down towards the tailbone?
Lower.
Lower? Okay. Then I'm going to cease on that. Hey, how's that right there? Lower or higher?
The right leg is good.
Okay,
The left leg a little higher.
a little higher. Right there?
Yeah.
How's that?
He just looks familiar.
That's good.
Oh no, work on her back while I'm here. Hey, what's going on? Now, if I got on a table and did this, how do female clients feel about having some strange guy get on the table with them?
Awkward.
Exactly. Culture.
If you're a misogyny, you'd be fine.
You are terminated.
But how would they know?
Oh, don't do that. So back and forth,
That's better.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now are you more focused on the right side,
Yeah.
or you want more left side?
The right side.
More right side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now do you want more?
That's nice.
Oh, good. That's nice. I like that. That's good. Now you have to have enough
Don't
core
fall.
strength,
Don't
to be able to do that. Well, I can't fall very far. Oh no, I fell.
Fox sits over there.
Well, last time we did anything close to this, we were on the table. and
Yeah, I was
it
on the
dark.
table doing.
Tell me right there.
A little lower.
Okay. You got to build up to the heel. How's that right there?
That's better.
Okay. That direction good?
Mm-hmm.
So if I had a choice between taking the pressure down this way or up this way, you want one or two?
Down.
There? There?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
There we go. How's your rotator cuff?
Says hello.
Oh, now when I get to stretch my hamstrings, this is kind of nice. I get to, nice.
It's a lot better than on the hardwood floor. Slide around.
Oh, he found an amber is ticklish.
Well, it's a good way to distract her from what's going on down here. Is it too much heel?
No.
Good there?
Remember that.
Okay. Then I'm going to try the other side just to see what it feels like on this side. And on this side, it was just a little higher. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Right there.
Yeah, that's alright.
You want higher or lower?
A little right.
A little to the right, meaning your right.
That's right.
A little over, towards your sacrum. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need something sharper than that?
A little inferior.
A little bit sharper?
And a little sharper, yeah.
Okay. Right there.
Yep.
How's that?
Good.
Is that too much?
Mm-mm. After a while, maybe, but right now, no.
I find that I'll move around more in session, but I'm not stuck in the same position. I get a chance to sit, I get a chance to stand up, I get a chance to kneel. You move around, you crawl.
You're also interacting with
Because I work on a lot of pain relief, I find that the sessions, even verbally, are more interactive than most people are used to. My people don't listen to Enya. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Like they're usually engage with me about the amount of pressure I'm delivering or what's going on. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I was going to give her more pressure, that's reinforced. Like, how much less pressure is that?
It's actually a good amount left.
How much more pressure is this?
It's a lot sharper. You're just leaning on it.
But just a little micro change, right? When it comes to body weight, having a petite woman working on a big, like 300-pound guy, this. When you add the suspension system, you can use all of your body weight, double-footed compressions. They're like, my hamstrings. And I'm like, okay, I stand on them. How's this for pressure? I weigh like 235 pounds. They're like, oh my God. I didn't know that was, it's like, well, that is correct, because in massage, that is not possible unless you have bars like above the table, right? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
She says, uh-huh. Oh. How we doing? Oh, how's that?
Yeah, that's hard to do on a table with the draping.
Feels good?
I just feel that on my left side.
Okay. So big in breath for me. And exhale. How's that? Still the other side? We're going to get that one too. But is it aggravating it or you just feel it?
Like it's a sharp pain.
Sharp? Okay. Now when I come over this way, how does it feel?
I don't feel anything that way.
Don't feel anything. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Wrong side.
It's like right there.
And that's really just to test a range of motion. Big in breath for me. And exhale. How's that? There you go. Turn over on your back for me. Because she's had more problems like down in her hips and everything.
I didn't.
Do you like the forward bend more than you like the back bend?
I like both.
Both? How's that?
It's okay. It's just pushing into my stomach. Yeah.
But low back feels fine?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? There you go. Hamstrings and hips. Kind of compresses your sacrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't feel pain this way.
It's nice. You can drag them around the mat. Legs wide for me. There we go. Lift your arms for me a little bit. There you go. You can put your arms back wide if you want. There. How's this?
That's better.
There you go. Big in breath. And exhale. That's on your low back. Pretty good.
Yeah, I like this better than the knees to the chest.
Big in breath. And exhale. And where do you mainly feel that when I do it?
There in my lower back.
Now, if I went and put my hands there, how would you feel?
Not too comfortable.
But she lets me do that, and I don't even know her name.
I'm Amber.
That's what the real difference is. I'm essentially using your femurs, I'm using your legs to access your hips, your pelvic bowl, your pelvic floor, mobilize all of that stuff. A lot of people who are having low back pain, they're having problems through all of this. But we can't access it.
You don't go straight to the point. You go where below it or up above it.
Because even when I just bring her knees to her chest, she didn't like it as much because she felt like, much like me, it would compress her belly. But if I have her legs wide, she doesn't do that. Her sacrum is panning, up and forward. She gets a chance to mobilize all of that. Like, how does that feel now?
Much better.
How long was that?
About 10 minutes.
And I moved. I sat down, I stood up, I'm breathing, because I'm working.
More moving than others.
And I'm talking while I do it. But the thing is, long term, it's like I'm using larger muscles to be able to do that. Can you kick somebody harder than you can punch them? Fundamentally, it's a different art form. It's much more like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu than it is like boxing. My opinion, based on what I've seen in the industry, most massage therapists are trained like boxers. And then I go in and come on and say, let's use your legs and feet. And they're like, wait, what? And I go, yeah. You have to learn how to feel with your knees, your legs, your feet to build up to suspension so you know how to deliver enough pressure, know how to feel what the client's, dealing with, so you know how much pressure to give. Nothing else? You good? How are your arms and hands?
My hands are good. My shoulders usually.
Which shoulder? Shoulder joint or shoulder?
The traps mostly.
Traps, what's up with them?
They're mostly tends from working on a computer the last week, but usually my right shoulder is a little bit higher.
And it's all up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what our time looks like.